Alright, we have a few games from a set of Asian pre-mades here. A couple of the games I was playing in, this one I'll be playing DJ, even though I'm hovering Artanis. And a couple of them I wasn't playing in. All of them were really fun to play / watch, so we'll be taking a look at all of those, all 4 of those. Alright, so we lock in DJ, we're versing Duang and... I'm not, like, I have no clue. There's like nowhere for me to even start with trying to pronounce that name. But this guy on Niadra, or something else, on Zerg. We'll see what they're picking, actually. Alright, it does seem like they're going Kerrigan Niadra. What am I up to? I'm just setting up this eco. Should have, yeah, a couple more fans moving towards that. Getting in position to farm some gas. Very common in the Asian pre-mades to hold lings at the start of the game. I think it's usually what you want to do as well. Here actually, we see a bit of a ling ball heading to us. I say it's common. This is actually like the one game we played where they didn't hold lings, I think. Get a little bit of farm, but I am going to have to burst that speed boost because I am not going to be able to fight a ling ball sent at me, and I'm worried about that Kerrigan. She does move away though. Let's just take a look from my point of view. What am I up to? Farm those lings, get that eco ready. And I do kind of want to move back top left side. I don't know if we saw Kerrigan move out, but that's mostly what I'm worried about. I'm very vulnerable if I don't have my speed boost up and Kerrigan's on that side of the map. Unfortunately, our second, or our mini eco gets hit there. We have to cancel it as well, cancel the building instead of salvaging it. Means we don't get that fan cooldown that you usually get when you salvage buildings, so it's actually a real rough start for us. But we didn't lose any of them. We get all the minerals back, we get all the, well, the gas back mostly. Is it 2 gas you get for salvaging, or 1? I don't know, I don't play DJ, I don't really know these things. We see Kerrigan's fucking around with the Sergeant Hammer. We've got a little bit of a ball of fans out here, but we are going to want to send it out. Because we didn't get that little corner eco at the start of the game, we kind of have to make an early disco ball. We don't have to, we could turn them into the ecos, the fans themselves, but at this point, since we're already banking the minerals, it's not as worth it. Looks like I'm heading for this side of the map over here. Kind of a nice little... Oh, losing a fan there. Pick up the other one so it doesn't die. Kind of a nice little spot. A nice kind of mini base where you can defend it. I haven't played much on this map. In fact, I think this is probably one of my first games on this map. Maybe a couple of others, I'm not sure. But no, yeah, I have played on this map before, but not much. But I definitely do not have much of an understanding of where I want to eco, what's good for what classes and all that, so I'm kind of winging it at the moment, but I do like this spot that I've found there. You can defend it quite easily, 2 entrances, but they're very thin chokes, and it's not a super common spot. It's probably a bit more likely to be scanned, because it's, you know, all those high grounds around, but that's fine. We plan on defending the eco anyway. Hopefully we just don't get a huge amount of lings sent to us. I want to pause here actually. Was this ling ball sent for this eco? I can't see, unfortunately. What if I... Okay, no, it wasn't. It was just finding the high ground. Either way, we do manage to pick it off with the help of the hammer there. We managed to catch the ling ball, and he feeds a lot of the gas to me as well, which is quite nice. Yeah, so now we're just going to kind of rotate the map a little bit, try to farm away from our teammates without... Oh, it looks like we're harassing a little bit, actually. We only have level 1 heal, so I can't go too far on creep here. Don't want to lose my stuff. Hammer goes a little bit further on. I'm able to just kind of body block the Niadra there, push her around so she can't get a wraparound on the hammer if she chose to spawn lings. And we've got the speed boost up, so we'd be able to farm the lings there. Since the hammer's kind of pulling her towards the top side, we're able to hit creep a little bit. Go on a different side than the Niadra. We can see on the mini-map there, the little red square that's on that creep there. As long as they're in vision, I can keep pushing this creep. I don't kill lings super fast though with the small amount of units I have, so I do have to back off a bit. I want to see if I can get one more tumor, it seems. Little bit greedy since we don't see the Niadra, but I do have the speed boost, so I'm going to pick this up and then try and make sure I get out of there with all my fans. Seems like I'm able to. Yeah, we are going pretty well on eco right now. We haven't had to salvage our main eco at all, even though we salvaged the starting eco, and it was a bit unfortunate the way it went down. Not having to salvage at this point as DJ, I mean, I'm at plus 16 per second. It's pretty fucking good to be at. It's not like DJ's units are super expensive. You know, the laser shows obviously are, but we're going to be focusing on subwoofers anyway, so we're in a great spot. Obviously, it doesn't mean it's going to go great the entire game, but for now, it's looking good. Got a little bit of a fan ball there to farm some lings. And quite a lot of fans back at this eco. I probably want to start... Yeah, it looks like I've done that. Start spawning fans on top of my DJ again. Because if Kerrigan does go to that eco, all those fans are dead. It's kind of nice to have a decent amount around to defend. Losing more. That's terrible micro by me. I was not playing this game, I think. Someone else is on my account, but that's okay. We'll see how they're doing. Apparently not well. That was a lot of fans lost when they could have just microed them back. We managed to catch a Ling Ball here. But yeah, and defend that. And defend that Spirit Outpost, which is nice. Keep that alive. Again, losing a lot of fans. Not good. Don't like to see it. But thank God, not another fan down. But yeah, as I was saying, very good to have all these fans back at the main eco so that we can defend it versus a Ling Ball. It can buffer to buy us time for a salvage, can buffer to buy us time to turn a unit into an upgraded unit like a crowd pacifier or a subwoofer. But I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. If Kerrigan does dash on that or storm that, they're all instantly dead. So you do want to split your units quite a bit. We are able to cut this area off, I believe. Should do it here. Yeah, that's a full wall there. Just in time for a Ling Ball. That's okay though. I wonder if Kerrigan... Nah, she doesn't even bother. Got the auto spawn fans on our hero there. We get a lot of them back. And we've still got this disco ball on the other side of the map. So we could eco on that side of the map again. It's going to be very hard for Kerrigan to shut it down. She doesn't have Hydras yet. But it will be some time before we want to do that. Because as we just saw there, we know Kerrigan's on that side of the map. So we don't want to risk setting up underneath her just for her to jump on it again. So I'm probably gonna... Oh, nope. Maybe I am. Am I gonna risk that? I am. I guess I'm just not in position for another eco. I could have... Do I have my speed boost up? I do. I could have just speeded off to like this area or something, or up here. I would have to make another disco ball. I guess I'm getting greedy and not doing that. My eco, I mean... It's not super ahead or anything, but it's enough to be comfortable making a disco ball. I think that was a little bit greedy by me, but it is working out. I believe Kerrigan moved downwards. Where is she actually? What number? 2. Oh, hell no. She is not moving downwards. Do I scatter her? I can't remember. It's not looking good for me so far. Okay, we do see her there. Managed to get a salvage. Fortunately, the Kerrigan was looking elsewhere. We lose like 2 buildings there, but salvage everything else. Not too bad. We want to do a bit of harass here, it seems. Did I see Niedra on the other side of the map, maybe? I must have, because that seems like a weird choice by me when Kerrigan just cleared my eco. I kind of want to get in position to make another disco ball, which I'm doing there. Yeah, I must have seen that Niedra bot right, as we see on the mini-map now. So I just want to get a few creep tumor hits to kind of drag her back on creep so that she can't just constantly harass my team. So we try and set up another eco with the disco ball we have out, but at this point it is time to set up another eco spot, another disco ball spot. We ping that overlord. It didn't see our eco, didn't see our fans. It is moving back though. Crowd pacifiers can hit air. Unfortunately, the overlord isn't moving towards my eco. Yeah, cloaking that crowd pacifier there stops it from being attacked. Very nice, very nice. And that overlord, I believe, never sees my eco. That's really big for us because the Zerg are good players. I'm sure they're being attentive. They may know it's there, but all they know is that, or if they did see it, all they know is that this is a defended area. Yes, probably eco, but not. They can't be certain. And obviously they can't just dedicate everything to clearing out every eco. Fortunately, my team hard carrying me here. Huge explosive ward. Fucking 3 people around to help me eco there is massive. Huge Ling Ball picked up for the profit. How much gas was that? That must have been quite a bit. Probably like 20 gas. I assume he got something in upgrades. Oh, another Ling Ball back though. Unfortunately, another explosive wall wasn't placed. I imagine it was on cooldown because it does take some time early on before you get that cooldown upgrade. Tank's fine. He's fine. Yeah, a little bit of gas picked up, but I do still have to salvage. At that point, we can't, without the profit, we can't hold that. So we set up a new eco spot, top left. Just able to get a bunch of tier 1 structures out there. Don't need to worry about tier 2 structures yet. It is a bit more of a confined space, so that space efficiency, maybe there's an argument for it there, but we do want that efficient income is the main thing. Our eco, unfortunately, I believe, yeah, it does get hit there, so it's revealed, but we will just defend it anyway. And if we have to, if we have to salvage to a Ling Ball or something, it's not a problem. We should get it out in time. If Kerrigan goes up there, that is a problem. I will lose a bit. but she has to go all the way to the top left side of the map where pretty much none of my teammates are. So if she's forced to do that and get a little bit of my eco while I salvage the rest of it, it's honestly worth it. Well, not, you know, they have to clear it somehow, but it's not bad for us for that to happen because it takes a lot of pressure off my teammates. But now we just fell out another eco spot over there. Overlord, I imagine, yeah, Tosh gets it. It's going to take me ages to kill it with one crowd pacifier. As we see, we're holding 51 gas. We don't need to rush, or we don't need to worry about gas income too much. We're in a good spot. Try to make some subwoofers here to take out this Ling Ball that's clearly going to my eco top left. Make one back there as well, and hopefully we can follow this and pick it off. I did have to use my speed boost there, so I'm not able to chase this very well. But that one subwoofer there, especially once I get in range to heal it, we'll be able to tank these Lings very well.
Hero.
We lose a little bit, but it's not too bad. Am I 1-1 yet? Yeah, I am 1-1. I believe I got 1-1 kind of early in this game, actually. Usually I wait till I'm plus 50 per second. But did I just kill one of my structures? Oh, I have AIDS. I think I had to get it quite early in this game because the Zerg was putting on quite good pressure with all these Ling Balls they were sending out and stuff. Not just to me, but to my teammates as well. And I do want to, you know, be a bit of a teammate in a team game and help out my teammates clearing out all that stuff. Yeah, I do go for the salvage here. It's just too many roaches, Unfortunate that I did go for that second subwoofer. I thought maybe I could hold it, or even the first subwoofer. Thought maybe I could hold it, but that's just too many roaches. And at this point I realize, you know, they're sending out a lot of roaches. I'm just going to get manager, so I don't have to, you know, spawn as many units at my eco to defend it. And I'll just be able to lift up those units, recall my main army if I need to, my main army with my DJ, and we'll be able to defend our eco much easier. And it will be very annoying for the Zerg to deal with my ecos without sending their hero. So if we can force them to send their hero to our ecos when we are so far apart from our team, I guess now we've got a bit of a Cylinders down here, and our other eco is up here. It's kind of close to a hammer, but for the most part, we have stayed away from a lot of our teammates' ecos. If the Kerrigan has to come to us, it's really, I wouldn't say bad for them, but they could, it makes things so much more difficult because they're taking the pressure off of our teammates if they come to clear us out. And if they don't come to clear us out, then we just win the game. So it's a bit of an unfortunate spot for them to be in. Of course, if they can clear out our ecos with unit balls, it's not, it's way better. But now that we have a manager at one of our ecos, they have to commit a huge amount and hope it doesn't get picked off on the way. Trying to do a little bit of creep harass here. We do see that Ling Ball come in. So I zoom over. Am I coming over? Yeah, I am coming over with my hero. I actually full salvage there. That's surprising.
Let's protect your base.
Why did I do that?
Army is under attack. Time to
I think. Okay, well, it's maybe did I know Kerrigan was coming? Well, if Kerrigan's there, that makes more sense. I was gonna say I could hold that with units because it's just Lings. DJ units, subwoof is very good versus Lings. Once the manager gets closer, very good. I think I sent him off, yeah, up to this eco instead. Seems we're going for a little bit of the tier 2 eco at this point. We're still floating minerals after placing all that eco, so we do need to make good use of that space and just immediately get that eco done. I do want to try and reclaim top left as well. I don't think I've seen any of Kerrigan's tier 2 units yet. I believe they do end up getting Hydralisks, but it seems, yeah, they don't have any yet. Still trying to put on some pressure. Very easy to push versus a Niadra and a Premate. You've got all these great teammates who are very good at the game. They will push themselves, they'll take pressure off, and there'll be like all sorts of pings going on, all sorts of awareness. When you're versing a Niadra who has no teleport, it's very easy to track her and really punish her for being on one side of such a large amount of creep area. Like if she's down here, it's going to take her so long to get back up here to stop me. Now she has got some roaches spread around somewhere, at least on the top side. Maybe not so much on the other sides of the map. No, but there were some on the top side. It makes it a little bit slower for us to push into creep. They can't really stop us. We actually see Niadra. Oh, that's unfortunate. On the... Oh, does he get out? He gets out all the starports at least. We see Niadra on the top right side of the map. Now's a perfect time for us to push. We even make a few more units to really invest in that. But we do have to back off at some point because, yeah, we could assume she's teleporting. Fortunate for us that she does. She had two choices. Walk to my eco and have her creep push back a lot. Not just by me, but there's an elementalist over here as well. Push back a huge amount of creep. Or they could teleport back and then try and deal with this with the units, which they are trying to do here. I believe I recall while making units here. There we go. Get that manager out. We did miss our DJ, but I needed to focus on getting back. It was more important I got back the units, because I know these units alone can deal with the roaches. So I didn't want to teleport DJ back and then have to make new units. Obviously, it would have been better if I could teleport all of them back, but I think they were just too split up and I needed to get back immediately. A little bit going on top left as well. We make some subwoofers, get the fans in position to tank for the subwoofers. But then Kerrigan's here as well. I think the Sergeant Hammer's not in danger. I do recall a lot of those valuable units, a lot of the subwoofers and crowd pacifiers. Unfortunately, now Hydras are out, so the disco balls are going to go down once Kerrigan clears an area. But yeah, we're definitely going to focus on defending this eco. Either Kerrigan comes or our team bases. I've called a base down here to signify that to them. I'm actually moving down already. I was going to say, hopefully I have manager up here so I can delay any of this being cleared so I can salvage in time. Yeah, so now we're in a pretty good spot. We're just holding our minerals. We're not putting more into eco. In fact, we're going to have to salvage this as well. Try and get manager to come down with us. Recall that little stuck subwoofer there. Save 450 minerals. And we even move out this disco ball. But yeah, we're in a great spot. Not super rich, but we're still at probably around plus 13 per second just off of fans. Not bad. And I'm holding 13k. What are my upgrades? 2 armor, 1 attack. Do I have the subwoofer upgrade? I do. I'll probably want to go 1 attack. And if I have to all in here, it's fine, because if I can buy my team, especially like a spirit and a warfield, time to build up, we win the late game very hard. We have so many survivors alive. In fact, everyone's alive. It's just maybe both Tosh and Nova are alive. So it's just literally a single Sergeant Hammer tank that's down. So we don't need to be the ones to scale in the space. If we can focus on taking... Oh, actually, bad timing. Sergeant Hammer does go down, but still 7 survivors alive. As long as we can hold this base, we outscale so hard. So we get a little bit of eco back up on the top side there. Since the disco ball did live, actually. They didn't... they didn't really have vision to chase that. Unfortunately, Warfield dies too. Okay, well, never mind. We no longer have 8 survivors alive. People are getting picked off in the base somehow. Sergeant Hammer makes sense. He was opposite side of the map. I don't know where Warfield was. I thought he was in the base. Maybe not, though. But we see Kerrigan down here. She's dealing with the Spirit Towers. Elementalist is scaling. He's getting a lot of levels off of this, a lot of kills, and here we go. We're not all inning. We're still at plus 47 per second, not bad to be at. But we have 2 subwoofers with the subwoofer upgrade, and this choke here, this artificial choke created by the Spirit, is going to be real fucking rough to deal with. We should have manager here as well. There he is. So that would be a huge anti-gravity zone. Yeah, there it is. And that is so hard for them to push through. Slendus gets Colossus out. Good recall, keeps those alive. Very valuable units there. Very, like, they've got Hydra Ling. Any AoE units here are massive. We see we've got a Roach and an Overlord up there dealing with this eco, but it's not enough. I can actually defend it as long as... They might be able to pick off the sides. Attacking my building again. What am I up to? But that's fine. That's a lot of extra income for us just having that up. I'm actually stuck at 200 supply. I've even turned off fan charges. At this point, I'm thinking... You know, I kind of want that fan supply upgrade so I could get more fans for more eco. It's just such a huge initial investment, though. It would be all the minerals I'm holding. 3k minerals to get that upgrade. It's kind of rough. But at the same time, I don't want to just throw away my fans so that I can free up supply to make more subwoofers. But if I do get that upgrade, I can't make more subwoofers because I won't have the minerals for a while. So it's an unfortunate spot to be in. I believe I do end up going for the fan upgrade in a little bit. What level are we? Level 7. So yeah, we're actually we are pretty fucking overpowered in this space now. We can anti-gravity zone there, always very nice to use on cooldown, just slows them down so much. But now I'm throwing out these base drops, so they have to constantly move around with the Kerrigan. We see they're destroying the rock, but it's still going to be a ton of time before we lose that eco or have to salvage it. And I've also got level 3 heal, so that works on all my teammates and all their buildings as well. So we're gonna be very creating very tanky bases
Your
here.
army is under attack.
Still level 1
Time to
double
fight.
time, but that's about to be
Keep
upgraded, so I'll
control
be able to...
this attack.
I'll lose a lot of eco there, but I'll be able to pretty much keep all my teammates safe with that extra move speed and that healing. Yeah, they're pinging the eco, but it's fine. We're seeing a lot of fans up there as well. Just making fans up there so I don't have to make it on my DJ. If I make it on my DJ, they could just all get stormed, and it is actually a large portion of my income, so I do want them alive. We see Niedra comes down as well. Double storm, actually, very scary. Double level 4 storm. We did have to remake manager there. I think maybe... No, he's still out. He's still out. Anti-gravity zone is so big here. 300 minerals, 5 gas for that unit. Such a strong unit. Slender's mothership comes out. What upgrades are the Spirit at now? So they're actually getting quite high in upgrades, especially the offensive upgrades, because they can target down the Kerrigan, which is huge. Niedra has to back off a bit because the Zerg are down to 5k. We are getting, you know, this base is no longer really a base, it's more like an outpost. But Kerrigan does have to keep putting on that pressure, and unfortunately they pay for that with their lives, especially as Elementals was nearing max level. Yeah, that was a fun game. We have a few more as well from these Asian premates.